Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Yeah. Now, John David Washington. Oops, hold on. Gotta wait for the article to load. Okay. John David Washington says his career really started after he accepted the idea Denzel Washington would always be his famous father. John David Washington had quite the year in 2020, starring in Christopher Nolan's time-bending action movie Tenet and being at the forefront of the clash movie theaters and movie studios during the pandemic. He also starred in Malcolm and Marie alongside Zendaya, I don't know her name, I think it's Zendaya, in a relationship drama exclusively on Netflix. His new movie Beckett releases on Netflix on August 13th, and it looks like quite the thrill ride, reminiscent of a film his father Denzel Washington might make. Being the son of one of the most renowned and successful actors of all time has its challenges, and John David Washington is well aware of those. While promoting Beckett, John David Washington has revealed why his career really started after he accepted the idea Denzel Washington would always be his famous father. John David Washington and the director of Beckett, Ferdinando Cito Filomarino, sat down with Deadline to discuss the new film ahead of its premiere. John David Washington spoke about what appealed to him about the movie and the challenge it presented. Of course, he couldn't escape talking about his father, Denzel Washington, giving some insight about his career. And having such a famous father, John David Washington explained the realization that truly started his career, saying he did used to be concerned about being in his dad's shadow. I was concerned with that for a long period of my life. That's probably why I played so long and suffered so many concussions in football. When I realized there was no escaping it, I was able to relax into my life and enjoy what I wanted to do. It's more of a question for people I've gotten to work with, whether they hired me because of who I'm related to. It certainly didn't feel that way. John David Washington was a professional football player playing in the NFL, NFL Europe, and United Football League before fully committing to and pursuing acting. By the way, he was raw at football. Acting is clearly something he always wanted to do, but he had to overcome the hurdle of having one of the greatest actors ever as a father and the insecurities that gave him. John David Washington has said before he's had to struggle with being Denzel's son and deal with the fact that it's not something he can escape. So he couldn't let it affect his dreams any longer. He implies he played football for longer than he probably wanted to because he was unsure about following his real dream. Though he eventually committed fully to what he really wanted to do, the idea that John David Washington was unsure if he was getting roles because of his father instead of his own hard work was an obstacle he had to get past to start his own career. He says he feels like he has earned his success and the insecurities he might have felt seem to be in the rear view. Starring in major action movies with visionary directors is probably a sign that you've made a pretty good path for yourself, and he shows no signs of slowing down. It also helps that Beckett Ferdinando Cito Filomarino confirms he saw the actor in BlacKkKlansman, and that's what helped him land the Netflix role. Hopefully, we get to see Denzel Washington and John David Washington share the big screen together. Director Christopher Nolan was particularly enthusiastic about the possibility of the father and son duo making a movie together. Maybe it will be a Tenet reunion on Netflix since they are eager to score his next film after Nolan's fallout with Warner Brothers. Only time will tell. John David Washington has some big shoes to fill, but he's more than likely going to continue to carve out his own path. Beckett will surely be another entertaining showcase for John David Washington, and we can't wait to see it and what else is in store for him in the future. Catch it next month and see what else is coming with our full Netflix premiere schedule. Now, I understand with John David Washington, I'll understand, but I could feel him, he wants to carve his own thing. And to me, I didn't know he was Denzel's son. I did not know that was Denzel's son when I seen him in BlacKkKlansman. and I seen him in some other stuff. I just thought, man, he's a hell of an actor. And then they were like, that's Denzel's son. I'm like, what? Now, to me, he's starting his career off like the early Denzel did. He's using his range. He's able to do what he does, and he's actually taking the challenges of some roles. I like how he switched between Black Klansmen voicing a KKK guy while the white guy played the guy. So it was cool to see him having to play outside the box. And to me, that's what make you a great actor. How do you adjust to each role that you step in? Are you the type of actor who can only play one role, or do you struggle being in another role, or once your career has unfurled or basically unfolded, now you just be yourself and everything? Now you stay the bland character. Like when Denzel Washington played Flight, up to that point, to me, he got kind of stale. But when he did the movie Flight, that opened my eyes to this guy. He can play any type of character. It showed his range, and Flight really took you there. That's my movie. I love that movie to death. And then you got guys like Forrest Whitaker. Doesn't matter how old he gets or whatever he plays in, he could be that guy. He knows how to switch it up. He knows how to switch his style. He fits that character. Instead of letting the character be him, he becomes that character. And I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but that shows you who's great at acting or being an actress. Now, I didn't see the film with him and Zendaya. I'm gonna make sure I check it out. I just didn't have time. But I'm gonna look forward to that movie coming out. Bennett, I think that's gonna be a good movie. I mean Beckett, excuse me. I think that's gonna be a good movie. It looks interesting. So hopefully one day we do get him in a movie with him and Denzel. That'll be a great movie to see how they both interact with one another. And I want to see the script. I think the script, I want to see how great it'll be. How much will it, how will it, how do I say it? How will it bring the best out of them? How will they be able to go at it with each other? Not at it, but how will they grow within the movie? That's the one things I want to see. So thank you guys for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you love what you hear, you can donate to the page by Cash Apping me at the word welcome, the number 2, and then HDIITV. And let me know what's your favorite John David Washington movies thus far. And tell me, does he have potential to pass his father, surpass Denzel? Hey, we don't know. We are out. Deezy.